What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I'm joined by the brother, like no other, Rev. So today's topic is the quarter year NBA awards. So we're going to start with the Best Defender Award. And Rev, who are the brothers that should be in this in this criteria? Who fits the criteria as the best defender?
Shout out to the whole channel. Shout out to DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, the president. Shout out to Numia. Shout out to Jay Wood. Shout out to D. Clark. Shout out to Jose Arroyo. Shout out to Not Jorge. Shout out to the whole gang, man. Hashtag New Media. I got a few guys that are up for that award in my estimation, bro. I got Anthony Davis leading the way because he's a lockdown defender. He switches. He damn near switches 1 through 5, which is very impressive. I also got Lonzo in contention, especially once he gets to a contender and people are able to take notice more of what he's doing. Adebayo does not look like the defender he was last year. So, he's not in the running for me. But there's a few guys that you can make a legitimate argument for. But at the top of my list, I would have AD, brother.
So everyone in the chat, who do you have for the quarter year NBA awards best defender? Let us know. I see some Drew Holidays in there. Someone said Miles Turner. AD. Yep. Shout out to 704 Bound. He said hit the like button, y'all. I got another one for Miles Turner. What's good, Daniel Sims? Rudy Gobert. We should have said that. Rudy Gobert. Shout out to him in the Utah Jazz. Drop the mic. Shout out to Drop the Mic and tune into his YouTube channel. At the end of the week, he should have something cooking. He said, shit. Me too. He said, shit is tough, man. It's tough. Joel Embiid. I keep coming up with the names.
Yeah, I was thinking about Embiid, but I got Miles Turner ahead of him.
Yeah, I do too. Brother Tatro says Miles Turner has more blocks himself than all NBA teams. That is a fact. I remember what he did to the Hornets, man. He was a menace. You couldn't even get to the paint. You couldn't even get midway to the paint without seeing Miles Turner. Drop the Mic says, this is a hard one for me. It's a hard one for everybody. All right, the final results are in. And the quarter year, remember, this is only the quarter year awards. We got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. So he's the quarter year NBA Defensive Player of the Year so far. All right, now the best 3-point shooter award for the quarter NBA awards. And please don't say JJ Redick because he's been sloppy.
Ass. He been cheeks this year. DJ.
Yes,
I'm gonna rock with I gotta give it up, man. Steph is playing incredible. And I know some guys with some higher percentages, but man, like Steph is shooting the cover off the ball. It's a lot of guys that's out there shooting though. All right, let me think of that one. George Hill doesn't take as many, but for his 3-point percentage to constantly be above or around 50% is scary. Like that is scary. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Steph Curry, like somebody said in the chat. I don't know. You got some shooters out here this year.
Joe Harris.
Percentages. Joe Harris, yep.
So far we got to put Seth in there. Like you said, Seth Curry, because he's shooting 50% from 3. Got to put that brother on there. Steph Curry, he's the goat of threes right now. Joe Harris has been balling out for the Nets. Don't give him an open look. All right. Going once, going twice. I'm going to give you one more minute. I know there are other good 3-point shooters, but those top three that we named, there's nobody better than those three right now. And I'm so glad you guys didn't put JJ Redick. He's been a no-show this year. Someone says Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's an awesome shooter, but he's not on their level. He's an overall good shooter. He'll shoot the mid-range really well. He'll shoot the three, but he's not close to 50% like some of these other 3-point shooters. But he'll hit the clutch three, but he's just not there. All right. And the final award for the best quarterfinal year 3-point shooter goes to, no introduction, Steph Curry. What he's doing for the Warriors, his threes are so impactful, it's carrying the Warriors. Literally carrying them. They're at a playoff spot right now. I could have easily went with Steph Curry, but the way that Steph is shooting his threes. Steph Curry, yes, he's shooting 50% of three, but Steph, he's creating while shooting that three. That's the difference. Joe Harris was an honorable mention, but Joe Harris is playing with super talented players, and all he has to do is stand in that corner and hit that open three. So he's doing his job.
Absolutely. Steph is doing it at an extremely high volume, bro.
Yeah, he is.
While carrying the team. I think you're spot on. That's a great choice for that award.
Honorable mention, and he's a rookie, Desmond Bane from Memphis. Shout out to him. He's shooting 46% from three. So,
hey, what's Halliburton's percentage right now, DJ?
Halliburton is
he going down?
Yeah, it was at 50, but it's at 46. But he doesn't take that many threes.
Yeah, he reminds me of a stat watcher.
Yeah.
He seems like he looks at percentages a lot.
All right. This is a good award. So the quarter year NBA awards of best passer. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot. I'm glad I made this. I want to see everyone's best passers. You got to put LeBron in there. Ben Simmons. Who you got, Rev?
Hoodie Rev tonight. It's Hoodie Rev tonight. Mellow Dip, man. Mellow Dip is the best passer in the league. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that in his rookie year, but I would have Dip 1. I have the Kang 2. 3 would probably be, I guess Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
4 would probably be Lonzo because we haven't been able to see Lonzo do it in a while. Who you got?
Lonzo has the passing ability, but he doesn't have the assist numbers. And I can't overlook James Harden. The brother has 11 plus assists. LaMelo has right now the most gifted passing.
Right. Yeah, we keep telling them all assists aren't equal.
Exactly.
If you play on a team with Kyrie and Durant, you better have 10 assists.
Exactly. And I'm not trying to hate on Harden, but he has those players to dish out to, but 11.5 assists is no joke. Chris Paul. So the results have came in, and you guys are going to be shocked. Chris Paul gets the nod.
Okay.
What he's doing with the Suns, every single pass that he has with the Suns is changing their trajectory of how they were last year to how they are this year. So people agree Chris Paul deserves it. I cannot give it to James Harden. James Harden is benefiting from playing. They got so many scores with the Nets. You better have double-digit assists if you're a point guard. But shout out to Chris Paul. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns. Their team is very fun to watch. They play a good brand of basketball. The touches are always there. DeAndre Ayton is benefiting because Chris Paul is there, as well as Devin Booker. So no one should dispute what Chris Paul has done. And shout out to him. Brett says, give Van Fleet his flowers. Yeah, shout out to Fred Van Fleet for the 53 points. Flowers are giving.
On 17 of 23 shooting.
Facts.
Look, all 50 burgers are not created equal. That's amazing.
Definitely. All right. This is a team award. So I want to hear the best team in the NBA so far for the quarter year NBA awards. Best team. And you guys better be real.
DJ, this is a foul question. Foul question. Heartless question. Sir.
This is the most obvious answer of all answers. I got the Lakers, not just because I'm a fan,
right,
because they got the best defense in the league, the best player in the league. You can't go wrong.
Up until this point, DJ, as hard as it is for me to say this, I think it's the Dippers, man.
Even though they just lost to the Nets?
Yeah. But because it was such a that's not a hang your head loss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The only thing that makes me hang my head, I just think Paul George is a clown. And I think when he plays certain competitions, certain teams in games they're supposed to win, he chokes. So, I mean, if I was the Clippers coaching staff, I would be worried because once again, there were moments where he disappeared. But like just focus, the addition of Nicholas Batum, which sounds crazy, but he's kind of playing one of those role players on the San Antonio Spurs type of role this year. He's hitting a lot of big threes. You got Ibaka, who's scoring higher than he was last year. The defensive rotation hasn't taken a dip. I haven't seen Patrick Beverly since preseason. I don't know if he's hurt or not. I don't know. But with that being said, yeah, I think the Clippers have just been more focused than the Lakers. The Lakers are on their Hollywood tour right now.
Exactly. Everybody get the likes up. In a weird way, when the Nets play like this, they could beat anybody. They moved DeAndre Jordan out of the lineup. They look totally different. Held the Clippers to 106, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's just 106." For the Nets, that's all they got to do is hold you to a low 100s because they're going to get. This is a weird team. They get about 100, almost 120 plus a game. The losses they have, you have to outscore them more than 120 to beat the Nets.
Can we dissect the Nets for a second, DJ?
Yes.
Are they gonna make a move before the trade deadline to shore up their defense? Are they gonna have to let one of the big three go? I see some people saying preposterous, like let Kyrie go. Y'all are tripping. Kyrie is
best friends.
He's the closer for this team.
Yeah, he is the closer.
Kyrie has no conscience. He has no fear. But
he may be outside of his mind, but he's the closer.
Hell yeah, on that court. Do you think they're gonna make a move, DJ?
Yeah, but they could get a move from a buyout, or they're not going to get rid of anybody in that big three. They're best friends. They had this plan the whole time. Look between the tea leaves. They had it planned before James Harden was bickering to that brother, Steven Salas, and shout out to Steven Salas. What he had to deal with. I'm hearing that Drummond. They're trying to get Drummond, but how they going to get Drummond? That's very tough. Just get you JaVale McGee and you're okay. If you're the Nets.
Don't get Drummond on a buyout. If that is, bro, look, man, at some point, it's a cheese, bro. At some point, that's the most loaded team in the history of history. But I heard they're gonna get him. They might get him on a buyout.
Yeah, if they get him on a buyout, man, that's gonna be tough to beat. Because when they switched that lineup, when they took DeAndre Jordan was the reason why they were getting barbecue chicken in the paint. They made that move. The defense improved. They got a lot of steals and blocks. Jeff Green, even though he's not a star, Jeff Green is versatile. He can hit the mid range and he's strong. You put it with Kevin Durant, who's long as hell. That team, I can't fault the Clippers losing to a Nets that was just on fire. Kyrie was on fire. When he plays like that, it's hard to beat them. The Philadelphia 76ers are playing great. Shout out to Doc Rivers. The Utah Jazz have been the surprise team. Actually, they're leading the NBA in record percentage, 15-5. But are they really for real? No, I don't think they're for real. You'll see it in the playoffs. So out of Utah, the Clippers, Lakers, Philadelphia 76ers, and the fifth best team numbers wise, because they're fit 14-9, the Brooklyn Nets. Since this is a quarter year NBA award, I'm gonna give it to, for now, the Lakers. But watch out for the Clippers. They look a lot better than, brother, I'm being serious. The Clippers look a lot better than last year.
Unbelievable. I think it's just focus because the team is not a better overall team. They're just in the zone right now. They're focused.
That was a weird game with the Nets. This is not a bad loss.
No, it's not a bad loss at all. And what you were saying about the Nets is very prudent and it's very powerful. Anybody that's banking on the Nets' lack of defense for not getting them to the finals, man, look, when those guys are ready to pour it on and score on you, you got to play defense too. And they're going to get a lot of calls. Harden, he always averages a lot of calls when he turns it up. Durant stays at the line. Kyrie's going to get to the line. Free throws negate bad defense sometimes because now you can get the other teams, starters and role players in foul trouble. It's a lot of pressure playing the Nets. I saw the Nets kind of like flip a switch tonight. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this team, they're not even together yet, but they can be scary.
Yeah, the legend CJ says Clippers trying to prove a point. Exactly. They were embarrassed in the bubble that everybody and their mama talking mess about them. The Clippers look like a team that is so embarrassed this past offseason that they're hungrier. Kawhi is not on minutes restriction, which is different. So he's taking this year seriously. We all got to be objective. We can laugh about the dippers all we want, but we got to give props because if we don't do that, we're going to look like a show. The Lakers are going to win because they're the Lakers. No, we can't do that. They got to take everybody seriously. I only gave the Lakers this award so far of being the quarter year team so far is due to them being more consistent from the beginning. And they have impressive wins. Now, coach of the quarter year award. There's some good choices. Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. Give it up to him. Doc Rivers of the Philadelphia 76ers. Steven Salas. You got to give it to Steven Salas. They're 10-9, and they're on fire right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They had so much adversity.
Didn't they start the season like 1-8 or something, DJ?
Yeah, they did. They started 1-8. This is when James Harden, and for your James Harden fans, don't take this personal, but this is true. This is what a James Harden giving away games. He wasn't trying. He was trying to get traded. Somebody says Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a coach manager. He's not. I'm not giving him that. Somebody said James Borrego. Oh, stop. He can't even get the lineups right. Y'all better, man. Lane Borrego? Hell no. So Doc Rivers, Steven Salas, Quinn Snyder of the Jazz. We got to give it to Frank Vogel. That defense he's putting for the Lakers, top notch. And the quarter year award of best coach goes to Steven Salas of the Rockets. I'm going to tell you why. For them to be distracted the whole year, had their name through under the media waves, a player in James Harden saying you can't win with these players and coaches, all that. To start 1-8 and to be 10-9 and on a 5-game winning streak is amazing. They have a lot of amazing wins. They got everybody back. They got Oladipo and John Wall looking like killers on the court. Boy, don't sleep on the Rockets. That's all I got to say. I would hate to play the Rockets right now.
Yeah, look, anybody who's underestimating the Rockets is a fool. They got dogs on their team. John Wall is a dog. Oladipo, dog. My cousins, DeMarcus Cousins, dog. Tate from the NBL. Tate, I'm gonna say it again, from the Sydney Kings. Tate from the Sydney Kings.
Baller.
PJ Tucker, dog. Like
Christian Wood, dog.
Wood had to claw and scrap his way to the NBA, dog. So this is a very scary 8 or 7 seed potentially.
Shout out to Maurice Hamrick. He says the Jazz came out fucking nowhere. Do you see Donovan raising his game high enough to take him to a championship level the next 2 to 3 years? What you think, Rev?
Yeah, I watch wrestling. If anybody knows who Vince McMahon is, put a thumbs up in the chat. Well, Vince McMahon used to have his theme music. He used to walk out to, and it was like, "You got no chance, no chance in hell. You got no chance in hell, player. The Jazz ain't sneaking up on nobody. The Jazz are always this team during the regular season. They got Gobert, who's basically just there for defense. They got Conley, who's getting older and older every year, Bogdanovich, and they got Mitchell. Mitchell is a volume guy. He's being more efficient this year, but overall, he's a volume guy. And then in the playoffs, what happens is defenses start keying in on volume guys. So as they say, the others have to beat them. Now, Jordan Clarkson, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek, might be my 6th man of the year, but he does add some punch. But I just don't know. I don't, even if Donovan Mitchell went to his highest level, I don't think he's ever going Dame Lillard level, which was like 40 and 50 in the playoffs consistently. They still not beating the Clippers or the Lakers. That ain't happening.
Yeah, despite the Utah Jazz's record, they're not a team that none of these teams fear. And you know Gobert is a great defensive player, but he's not going to do anything much on offense. And you're going to live and die by Donovan Mitchell. He's going to take his shots. And you're going to live and die by it. Tatro says he believes the Utah Jazz will be a first-round exit. But with the tough Western Conference, you never know. And let's say the Utah Jazz keeps the first seed, right? Guess who their first game would be if the playoffs started now? The Portland Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Good luck. Being good luck. And I got nothing against the Jazz. If the Jazz won at all, I wouldn't even be mad. I have nothing against them. I just see them what they are.
If any take that bet in the chat, I got 5 G's on it. If anybody's willing to take that bet, I got 5 G's that the Jazz. Let me make it interesting. I got 5 G's that the Jazz won't make it to the Western Conference Finals. Guarantee. My money, your dollar.
And the brother backs it up. I tell you. D. Clark, the Warriors are the 7th seed. I'm looking at it right now. They're the 7th seed right now. The Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, that's not gonna hold up, man.
Yeah, that's you better tell them, bro.
You look tired, brother.
And lastly, the quarter-year NBA player award. Now, there are a lot of great players playing right now. All right, so I'm going to go with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. You got to give it. Kawhi Leonard has been balling, man. Let me think. Paul George. Paul George has been playing great, but he's not the best. But Jokic, got to put Jokic up in there. He is killing it right now. Um, Somebody said Devontae Tay Graham. Boy, y'all tripping, man. Tay baby.
I don't know why I start you. Now I'm gonna throw a name. I'm gonna throw a name in there for you, DJ. Since
What
you
up?
said Paul George, Jaylen Brown, man. I think Jaylen Brown is averaging 29 points a game, bro.
You know what he is? I'm looking at the stats right now.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's balling right now. Shout out to Jaylen
He's
Brown.
balling out to Brother Jones.
Shout out to Brother Jones. He's a Celtics fan. Somebody said Embiid. Embiid has been balling.
Embiid has been balling. Facts. Those are the factos. Real quick, DJ. My player of the year would be, man, you put me on the spot. If Steph can hold this up and get them into the playoffs, he's definitely one or two. LeBron James, Joel Embiid, like you said, Kawhi's balling, Kevin Durant's balling, Jaylen Brown is balling. I cannot take that away. I know he's not the marquee name, but when you averaging 20, 29, that's almost a what? 8-point increase from last year's average.
Exactly.
My MIP, my most improved player, and I just wanted to slide this in real quick because I wanted to get your opinion. I'm gonna go with Boucher from the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
pick.
man, balling.
He has been balling. I know, brother Rev. I know you and KD don't get along, man. I know you don't like KD, but KD is averaging 30.9 points.
30.
He leads 7.4 rebounds. He leads the team in rebounds, and he leads the team in assists with 5. Well, never mind. He doesn't lead the team in assists. That's Harden, but he has 5.6 assists.
Bro, and the thing that's crazy about what KD is doing, he on cruise control, low key.
Right.
Like he ain't even got the foot on the gas. So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna tell you who's not there, and I don't want to see him win the award this year. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not even in the top 6 right now.
Right. And I look at LeBron's numbers. This is good numbers for his age. 25 points per game. 7.7 rebounds, 7.5 assists. But I'm gonna be very real as we speak. This is a tough one. This is very tough. There's a lot of good teams, man. I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Durant so far. He is the quarter year player. So he's the award recipient of the quarter year player. Shout out to Kevin Durant.
Who the hell said Luka?
Oh, they must be on Luka.
Man, shooting 29% from the 3-point line. Well, y'all better stop. On 7 attempts a game, he's shooting 29% from the 3-point line. Dallas is in no man's land, nowhere near the playoffs. If this was one of the Ball brothers shooting 29%, we would never hear the end of it. LaMelo can average 45 a game. If he shot 29%, the only thing we would hear about is his horrible percentage. So Luka get the same energy. He get the same energy.
Actually, brother, when I said that was the last award before we talk about NBA news and everything else, I was wrong. The quarter year rookie award. So, finalists: LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, Emmanuel Quickley, Desmond Bain, Anthony Edwards. Even though he's taking a bunch of shots, he is putting up the stats. James Wiseman, and I go with Pritchard from the Celtics.
That's a respectable nomination list. Let me give you mine, brother. I got nominated 1, everyone's favorite, Mellow Dip. That's gonna be 1. 2 is gonna be low key. It's gonna be Halliburton. 3 is going to be quickly, but I'm not moving as quickly. See what I did there? I'm not moving as quickly on quickly because he's had 4 good games and people are acting like it's been 2 months. It hasn't. So Cole Anthony balling. I got to give Cole his love. Cole Anthony, then James Wiseman. Anthony Edwards is his numbers are so horrible. His defensive rating is horrible. His offensive rating is horrible. He takes a lot of shot, but he's probably like 8th for me. Who you gonna go with though, DJ?
Okay, and I'm just gonna add on to that. Cole Anthony is on the list. I should have put him on the list. That's my bad on that. Since this player I'm about to name has a lower usage rate than most, I think 4 or 5, and still leading in certain statistics, assists, rebounds, I think 2nd in scoring. And he has a difficult situation of playing time, not running plays for him. To do all that, to average 12, 6, and 6, despite all that, I had to give it to LaMelo Ball. I mean, the first time in a long time he played 32 minutes at least, and he was in foul trouble. So can you imagine if he wasn't in foul trouble? He would have had 20 plus.
You know what I was looking at last night, DJ? If the refs would have blown the whistle when LaMelo was driving and when Bradley fouled him on 2 3-point attempts, Melo could have had 26, 27.
Yeah, I counted that.
This man easily scores. Like, I think people are sleeping on how easy it is for Melo to get into double figures. Like, the media is not saying it. People aren't really talking about. That's what I'm looking at. He's constantly driving in on 7-footers. The game before last, I think they said in his last 2 games, Melo on drives to the rim was like some crazy number, like 11 of 12. You know, I know he had a tough time last night, but he was being aggressive. He was challenging Bam. If this kid, like, if his off night is 14 points, man, like, this kid's going to be a scorer in this league. So that's one of the things that has stood out to me. He doesn't have to press. He started the game off yesterday, and this is my pick for Rookie of the Year. He started the game off yesterday facilitating for everyone else, went to the bench because of foul trouble, and still finished with 14 points. Could have finished with 16, but they took the last 2 free throws away. That's impressive, man. So that's my Rookie of the Year, bro.
Exactly. You got to go with LaMelo Ball. What, he's playing 22, almost 23 minutes a game as a number 3 overall pick to average 12, 6, and 6 in 23 minutes is impressive. So he's playing 13 less minutes. If you look at the analytics, 13 less minutes than an average starter and averaging 12, 6, and 6. Because he's only averaging 23 minutes a game. You cannot tell me that's not impressive. And I'm going to give the 2nd place award to Tyrese Halliburton. He changes life for the Kings. When Halliburton doesn't play for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox does whatever he wants and doesn't facilitate. You got a facilitator in Halliburton who just makes his teammates better. His team is growing by the game, win or loss, because he's on that court. So shout out to him. I know a lot of people want to put Quickly. Quickly comes off the bench. He's a spark plug. He's pretty much a Lou Williams. He's a great scorer, but he had 4 amazing games, and they all of a sudden they want to put him over Halliburton. I'm not going to do that.
Right. No one's game planning for Quickly. As y'all saw on Twitter, I'm a retired Knicks fan from long ago. So I watched the game against the Clippers, and they weren't keying in on Quickly. And to his credit, he is a float king. He will hit a floater from anywhere, and he hits his spot up threes. But I haven't seen anything really that tells me like this guy is a super starter in this league. He looks like a 6-man. He looks like he could be a starter, but once teams start keying in on him, I'm curious to see what happens. Like we keep talking about with the Miami Heat. First play of the game, They did not double Gordon Hayward. They did not double Tay Baby. They did not double anyone else. They doubled LaMelo Ball. The other rookies are not getting that treatment right now. So once they start getting that kind of treatment, I can evaluate them on the level of Melo.
All right. Now we're done with the quarter year NBA awards. This was fun, brother. This was fun. I didn't even think we was gonna have 80 plus in the chat. So we gotta do more of these more often. Also, news, trades. So, Rev, what are some trade rumors you're hearing? Legitimate ones? Because I know everybody want to post the Instagram news. For anybody sending me Instagram news, I'm not going to take it seriously. If it ain't coming for Shams, Woj, I'm not going to hear it.
The trades I'm hearing about, of course, everyone's one of everyone's favorite Ball brothers, Lonzo Ball. I'm hearing more and more Golden State, and I was looking at the night, and this is coming from ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the game tonight. I'm looking at it now, actually. Oh god damn, Fred VanVleet was cooking them boys. But yeah, I was looking at the game and I was looking at the lineup, and I was like, damn, Kelly Oubre is starting. And they moved him into the starting lineup and they moved Looney into the starting lineup, and they're playing Looney and Kelly Oubre together because you can't play James Wiseman and Kelly Oubre together. So I was like, that makes sense, because if Zoe goes to the Golden State Warriors, then you move Looney back to the bench. Now you don't have Kelly Oubre clogging up the block, another left-hand guy, and you put Zoe at the point guard. That's a very interesting lineup. So I'm hearing about this Lonzo Ball trade, and there's some other trades I'm hearing about as well. I'll update you on in a minute. But, brother, tell me what you think about that trade.
I think that would be a perfect trade for the Warriors. This will definitely be good for Wiseman. You're talking about someone that can get him the ball. And Lonzo, even though he's kind of off on offense this year, streaky on being consistent, he knows how to pass, and he can give Wiseman certain looks. For Steph Curry, this will be good for him. He could play off ball. And we all know that when Steph Curry plays off ball, you're going to get another dangerous version of Steph, especially when he comes off those screens. Yeah, Draymond Green is the facilitator, but you need another facilitator to make sure Draymond is setting picks to help out so Steph Curry can get his shots. And I got to put this out there, Rev. And shout out to Unoriginal S1. He's in the panel right now. The brother from UK.
What up?
What's good, man?
What's good, man?
Hey, brother, what you represent? You representing that what?
Hey, man, I'm representing London, man. I'm representing the UK, man. I'm out.
Man. You know what you also represent, man, since you're on the panel? New media.
Facts.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't wait for this trade to happen. Like, unless Shams is lying, which he doesn't, I can't wait for any type of trade with Lonzo to happen, because we could stop hearing about him going to Charlotte. It's not happening. That's a pipe dream. And of course, we want all the Ball brothers, most of us. Okay, I can't say everybody wants all the Ball brothers to play on the same team, but I don't see it happening. You know, Michael Jordan's not doing it. You know, Mitch Kupchak's not doing it. Lonzo is shooting 32% from three, and LaMelo's shooting 30%. So you're going to really have two guys shooting low 30s starting in your backcourt. We already know the Hornets need a legitimate shooting guard that's tall, preferably 6'6", that can shoot threes in the 40% range. And they need a versatile big man. So someone said, don't let Uncle Vern hear me. Uncle Vern know how I think about this. Shout out to Uncle Vern. But Unoriginal S1, what do you think about what I just stated with Lonzo going to the Warriors and Lonzo in the rumor the fans rumor about him going to
Right.
the Hornets.
The Hornets thing, you can kill that. That's not happening. I don't see it happening. As much as I'd love it to happen, I don't see it happening. But let me say something. If Lonzo goes to the Warriors, the West better look out. That is a problem. That is a problem. You're getting another 6'6" lockdown defender. With the way Wiggins been playing defense this season, you got Draymond Green already there. Now you're adding another facilitating Lonzo Ball. And let me tell you something. If Lonzo Ball gets the wide open looks from free that some of these other guys have been getting in the Warriors, his points are going to go up drastically. And one thing about Lonzo, he's a winner. Put him in a winning situation, he will play winning basketball. You put him next to Steph Curry, that backcourt will be absolutely lethal, and they can make a deep run in the playoffs. I just think it's trouble for the league if they really do actually get Lonzo Ball.
Exactly. And shout out to Maurice Hammock for the 199 super chat. He says, I want Zoe to the Dubs so the Pels fans can be salty. I know we're all waiting for that. Yeah, we're waiting for that. Unoriginal S1. This is why I invited you on. Your common sense on basketball is very appreciated. And the fans of this channel are calling you UKM. The Black DKM.
I appreciate it, man.
But brother, why do people want, like, fans of Lonzo, why do they want him to go to Charlotte rather than him playing on a contender and a chance of actually winning?
I don't know. I mean, obviously to play with his brother, but me personally with LaMelo, I want him to have his own team for the first couple years, 2-3 years, and develop and really learn and know what it takes to lead a team. I feel like as much as Lonzo on the Hornets would be amazing, it's not really much of a possibility. However, Lonzo on a winning team, a winning organization, he's a winning player. He's already shown you he will do what it takes. He'll do the dirty work to that will result in wins. You put him on Golden State, the ultimate winning culture, a team that moves the ball, that predicate themselves on ball movement, something Lonzo would thrive in. It's a match made in heaven. I look at it and I'm like, when I first saw the rumor about him actually going to the Warriors, I was like, please, God, please let him land there. Because he can defend. You see, all these guys, come playoff time, right? You want to be able to hide Steph Curry. You have Lonzo in your backcourt. He's guarding anybody. He's guarding all the elite guards in the West, and he can do a job of locking them down. Steph Curry then is able to conserve energy, move off the ball, let Lonzo find him out, let Draymond Green find him out, and he will cook. He ain't got to worry about no defense. That was the benefit he had with Clay. So now Clay's not there. You get someone like Lonzo Ball who can guard from 1 to 3. I mean, listen, the Warriors get Lonzo. I'm telling you, the Warriors are a dark horse in the West. I don't know if they beat the Lakers, and I don't know if they beat the Clippers, but I'm telling you, they have a chance. The Lakers and the Clippers don't want to see the Warriors. They have Lonzo. I'm telling you now, they don't want to see him.
Bro, you are cooking right now. You are cooking. Now y'all see why I brought him on. Unoriginal S1 is that dude. We're going to let you have the floor, brother. What about Sweatbox? And shout out to Sweatbox, day one, brother. He supports this channel and he supports new media. He says Charlotte would become a contender with Zoe. The two of them together create a contagious culture built on ball movement, pace, passing, and transition. What do you think about that, brother?
Sorry, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you there, Unoriginal?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You want me to answer this comment right here?
Yes.
I mean, do the Hornets say they want to play fast-paced basketball? That's what they're predicated on. But do they actually want to? I mean, until they make some moves with the roster, some of the guys they sent down to the G League, everything they say, their actions show something different. So I don't know what Charlotte don't have a direction right now. So until Charlotte really put the franchise in the LaMelo Ball's hands and show them with the moves they make with the roster that they want to be a fast-paced team built on ball movement and whatnot, I'm not really sold on Lonzo going to the Charlotte Hornets. They don't even treat LaMelo right now. So how you think
Damn.
treat Lonzo right? It does not really make much sense to me. And when it comes to Zoe, personally, I don't think he wants to be at Charlotte. He'd love to play with his brother, but I think he wants to win. And he's seen how disorganized franchises run. He's had enough of it. He's been on the Lakers when they were hot garbage. He's been on the Pelicans. They're hot garbage. I think he's had enough of that. And I think he wants to be in a big marketplace. And Rich Paul won't allow him to go to some small market team. Hell no. Ain't no way in hell. Rich Paul's going to find him a big market team, going to get him a nice contract. And ultimately, I think Lonzo's already circling San Francisco as his next destination.
That's an excellent point. Yes, Lonzo, and I agree with you. Yes, Lonzo wants to play with his brother, but y'all sure he wants to play with a team that, even though if they make the playoffs, the Hornets, which they're in a playoff seed right now, as of now, we don't know what's going to happen in a couple weeks. You mean to tell me he doesn't want to play with Steph Curry or possibly Kawhi Leonard with the Clippers?
Right.
Or even the Boston Celtics? At the end of the day, Lonzo, you could tell he's tired of playing with these developmental organizations that have no direction. And I don't want to see Lonzo in that type of culture again. I've seen it enough. I've seen it with the rebuilding Lakers, and I'm seeing it now with a more bunt Pelican team that don't even know how to use Zion right. And you mean to tell me that, he's going to the Hornets despite no rumors from Shams and everybody else? Unoriginal. The rumors you heard about Lonzo going to the Clippers, potentially Warriors or Celtics, that came from Shams, correct?
Yeah, I definitely saw the Warriors and the Clippers. I didn't see the Celtics.
Okay, Warriors or Clippers. I've never seen Shams lie.
Right.
So if he knows, he knows. And shout out to Super Team VIP, a day one brother, for the $24.99 super chat to help grow new media. He says Zoe's stats this season are mostly due to Stan Van Gundy has decided to try to change his game, and Zoe not having it. Yeah, you're right. That's why I want him, meaning Lonzo, to be on a contender, so he could be around great players and a great system.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know what it is? I just look at the Warriors and, I watch every Warriors game. Steph Curry's one of my favorite players. So the way they are built, the players they have, I mean, we've drafted Wiseman as well. This team is just tailor-made for Lonzo. It's tailor-made. It's the perfect situation for him. They're a competing team. They have a superstar on deck. They have a culture that is built on ball movement, moving at a fast pace, setting screens. Cut a backdoor cut, split action. It's just perfect for Lonzo. It's perfect for him. Them lobs to Wiseman, they're there. I mean, relocating for the 3-point shot, wide open, because Steph Curry's gravity is unbelievable. So Lonzo Ball's going to be out there wide open with that new and improved jump shot. I know a lot of people trash him for his 3-point shooting, but his jump shot is clean, man. It's clean. It's clean, and I really like what he's done with it. He's shown you last season. He's shown you he can be close to a 40% 3-point shooter. On Golden State, when they give him that confidence to be able to hit those them open threes, oh my goodness. The NBA don't know the problem that it's gonna have if Lonzo goes to the Warriors. I'm telling you, do not want to see it. If you're a Lakers fan, if you're a Clippers fan, if you're a fan of any team in the West that has playoff aspirations, you do not want to see Lonzo go to the Warriors. And you don't want to see him go to the Clippers either, but especially the Warriors.
Yeah, man. I agree. I don't want to see Lonzo in no more purgatory situations. I don't have faith in the Charlotte Hornets front office. I don't have any faith in the coaches or the rotation. And to bring up a funny point, I was looking at Lane Borrego's post game interview last night, and they were asking him about Malik Monk and the things that Malik Monk overcame and how Malik Monk really carried them in the fourth quarter and in overtime and things of that nature. And then the reporter was about to go to another question. They were about to go to another reporter, and the camera switched to the reporter, and you hear James Rago in the background saying, "But Devontae had a good game too. Devontae carried us too." So if this guy feels that way about Devontae Graham, he's gonna bring another ball brother in that Devontae has to compete with minutes. No, sir, that's not happening. That's not happening. So I don't see that happening. I want Lonzo to go to a winner. If he went to Charlotte, I'd be happy as hell. But right now, I would love to see him go to the Golden State Warriors, or the goddamn the Dippers. Either the Dippers or Golden State. Those are places I want to see a ball brother win a championship, man. I want to see them a part of a winning organization. I do not want to see them in purgatory in Charlotte with a coach that doesn't know how to rotate or to make any adjustments to the point where he has Cody Zeller guarding Jimmy Butler. I don't want to see Zoe on a team like that. Zoe deserves to go to a team like Unoriginal was saying. He deserves to go to a team where he gets to enjoy moving the basketball. He gets those wide open threes. He gets to push the pace. So I'm hoping that he gets traded to basketball heaven, which is Golden State. And I got those trades for you, DJ, if you wanted to know, brother.
Absolutely. Let me read this. Uncle Rico, shout out to Uncle Rico. He says, remember, if he sees EO2 in Golden State.
DJ, quickly, could I ask both of your question?
Yes.
So I've seen a lot of people saying that with the Warriors pursuing Lonzo, it's showing that they realized that they made a huge mistake, drafting LaMelo, which I believe as well. I believe that everything they want from Lonzo, why they're pursuing him to come to Golden State, is because of a realization that they made a terrible error of drafting LaMelo Ball. What do you guys think about that?
Absolutely. And I try to tell my Warrior subs, and the Warrior subs was cracking. But I try to tell you guys, this was nothing personal. When I said that LaMelo was the better pick, even if Wiseman becomes an all-star, if LaMelo, which it looks like, will become an all-star, they're going to be like, wow, you could have used that all-star guard in a guard's game, then an all-star big in the era of guards dominating the ball. That's just the truth, brother. Can you imagine LaMelo Ball playing with Steph Curry? Boy, that's dominant right there. And learning under Steph Curry.
Hell on wheels, DJ. Hell on
exactly. Threes upon threes upon threes. Now they're in plan B, and they got to, they're trying to figure out a way to get Lonzo. That's because they knew they messed up. Now the Warriors are not going to tell their fans this. They want to keep this image that they know everything and yada, yada, yada. But people don't realize that the Warriors were built not only because of Mark Jackson, but really, Brad, what's that brother's name? Jerry West. Jerry West.
Yeah, Jerry West
is the reason why the Warriors became the Warriors. And then they went to overdrive when they added KD. I'm cooking today, man. I'm cooking, bro.
You know what's crazy, DJ? The Warriors don't even have to tell their fans that. Their fans are already looking at LaMelo and thinking, you guys done messed up. You guys messed up. I've seen a lot of Warriors fans looking at Wiseman now like, oh, we ain't really need you. We needed that. We needed LaMelo. That's what we needed. We needed a superstar. That boy's a super. You see on the first play of the game, that's a superstar. I was watching the Heat game yesterday, and the first time LaMelo gets on the ball, he gets doubled. This is what the Warriors missed out on. Their fans know it. The organization not had to tell fans nothing. They're already looking at LaMelo like, boy, you guys messed up. This is our future right here. And you went and got a big man that you can get anywhere. The guy can run up the court, catch a look. Like you can get that. You
Bro, they
wasted
could
a
have got
second. You
they could
wasted
have
a
got
second
McGee on the
pick.
buyout, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But you wasted a whole second pick on Wiseman when you could have got a potential Hall of Fame and LaMelo Ball. Because that's what I'm looking at when I see him. There's a potential Hall of Fame right there.
What'd you say, DJ, about JaVale McGee?
The Warriors literally could have got JaVale McGee in the buyout.
Bro,
and you know he likes California.
Bro, look, like Unoriginal said, this is an indictment. It's an indictment. I've seen half of the Warriors fan base saying, they wish they would have got Melo, but you have a lot that are still saying, oh, well, Wiseman will be good in 15 years. He'll be the better player in 5 years. Yeah, but Steph will be 80. You know what I'm saying? So how does that help you? This was a chance to extend your dynasty now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in agreement with y'all, brothers.
Yeah, this is nothing against the Warriors fans. I have a lot of them who follow me. But you got to be honest, just like the Lakers. When Mitch Kupchak did that deal with Mozgov and Luol Deng, plenty of Laker fans who understand basketball stated that was the worst move they could make and it will ruin their future until another star comes along. So far, it was right. It took LeBron James to come in with AD to fix the wrongs of Mitch Kupchak when he was with the Lakers. This is why you have to be honest with your team's mistakes. Being a fan doesn't mean you have to be oblivious to what they do just because they're part of your team and the team's interest you root for. But a real fan looks at the problems, states it, and knows what the team needs to do to improve. We all know that Steve Kerr was too emotional to draft LaMelo Ball. He was so mad about LeVar Ball and couldn't separate the game of basketball with off the court to make the selection. This is the reason why executives, lead scouts, the owners should always, and GMs should always make the draft choices, not coaches. Because when coaches do it, they're too emotionally invested on making the right decision. They usually make a bad decision when they do that.
I want to ask any Warriors real quick. What the hell is Draymond Green giving you? What is Draymond giving you at this point in his career? Like, what is he doing for y'all right now?
Hitting the side of the backboard.
Right. So, I mean, if you would have drafted Melo, everything that you have in Draymond Green, which is a rebounder, who pushes the ball to the court, whose job is to distribute the ball to the shooters, you would have had that in a 19-year-old 6'7" guard who is the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month. And if he was in the Western Conference, he would be the Rookie of the Month. They just dropped the bag, brother. They just dropped the bag. They really did. It's some surprising names on these trading blocks. DJ, this is exciting. I'm just going to name the names, and then I want you to break it down. All right? Some potential guys that are on the trading block potentially. I'm going to go from, 90% chance of being traded all the way down to about 50. So starting off, listen to these names. Of course, we know Lonzo Ball. Ben Simmons, but we already knew that because of the Brooklyn Nets. This next name is super interesting. Michael Porter Jr. Disgruntled, doesn't like his role in the franchise. Denver is flirting the name to see what they can get back for him. Michael Porter Jr. is a name.
That's a big one.
For the contender, oh my God. Zach LaVine, that's another major name. God bless me. Lakers, please, come on, do the right thing like Spike Lee. Aaron Gordon, but we knew that he's coming into a contract year. DeMar DeRozan, woof, another big name. Get this, John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks. All of these guys are hovering around the 90% to 70% chance of getting traded. Everyone knows the situation with John Collins on the Atlanta Hawks. Our brother Raphael from the three-point conversion, Mr. Controversy. Do you miss me? That brother right there, he was the first one to really break the story about Trae Young and John Collins' friction that's going on the team right now, and how he's not happy with his role being diminished. He's not happy with the way the organization is using Trae Young. They drafted another guy that plays pretty much the same position, Big O. He can play the 4 to 5. You got Clint Capella. You know, it's a lot going on right now. So John Collins is on the block as well. Andre Drummond, another attractive name. Derrick Rose, Lou Williams of the Clippers, Kevin Love of the Cavaliers, LaMarcus Aldridge, he's washed, Marvin Bagley, JJ Redick, PJ Tucker, George Hill. A lot of consistent to superstar names. And of course, everyone's dream is Bradley Beal. What do you think about those names, brother DJ?
Man, brother, I'm glad you read those names. There's a lot of choices, especially John Collins. There's a lot of NBA teams that need bigs right now.
Hell
A
yeah,
lot.
Charlotte.
Charlotte needs to be on the phone. I don't care if they're in the same division. I think Southeast division or something of the East. Doesn't matter. It's the NBA. It's the big boys league. You need a big, Charlotte. You better be on the phone to give them something. I mean, if they ask for it, because Trae Young and John Collins have been beefing. And it's been reported by the brother Raphael of 3-Point Conversions. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, by the way. So they're going to listen. Also, Lakers. You see the Nets. The Nets had a good win today against a damn good Clippers team. And when the Nets play like this, they can beat anybody. All they had to do was move washed up DeAndre Jordan. And shout out to him. I know he's from H-Town. It's nothing personal. It's just real. They're going to, meaning the Nets, try to fix that situation in the post on a buyout situation. So what the Lakers got to do is either get Zach LaVine, if you can't get Zach LaVine, then it's Bradley Beal. If you can't get Bradley Beal, then get DeRozan. DeRozan's from LA. He will play with pride. Can you imagine if DeRozan was playing for the Lakers? I'm telling you,
Go get him.
I'm telling you, his ceiling will increase even more playing with the Lakers because he's going to give it every single night.
Another nasty wing defender. Oh my God, go get him, DJ.
Yeah, go get him. The Lakers got options. Now, to all the Kyle Kuzma fans, if the Spurs said we want Kyle Kuzma, you make that trade.
Man, the Spurs don't want that palm. Spurs don't want that.
No. I can see Kyle Kuzma going to the Spurs and fitting into it. You know, running off the screen system. I think Pop could work with that.
I'm totally out on him. He just annoys me when I watch him. He's terrible.
When he's not making his shots, man, he just I get what you mean.
But if he go play for Pop, he gonna have to play in that system.
Exactly. But they're gonna want THT as well.
Right. Oh my God. Damn, DJ. You really had to say that, didn't you?
Well, if the Chicago Bulls are listening and they want to make that trade, then you make that trade. Because LaVine, he's young, but he's 25 years old right now. He's explosive. And
if the Lakers somehow pull off LaVine, they repeat him.
Ghost says y'all sleep on Lonzo to the Jazz. That's not happening. They got a stable of guards. They got Jordan Clarkson, who has been a spark off the bench as a 6-man. I don't think they're gonna make that move.
Yeah, the Pelicans are about to clean house, man. Like a lot of their vets are out of there, bro. A lot of their vets are going to be out of there. They're not making the playoffs. The bottom is completely falling out.
Oh, Rev, I got to say this.
Go ahead, brother.
If I'm the Lakers, the only way I trade THT away is for these two players that Tay Tro said, Zach LaVine and Bill. Those are the only two players.
Facts.
I'm willing to trade THT. Do not trade THT for no damn DeRozan. I know DeRozan's a great player, but come on now. Those are the only two players.
That's true, brother. That's true. I mean, the problem with the Lakers, man, they got an issue, man. They need a big. They need a power big. Andre Drummond is attractive, but you're not gonna be able to get LaVine and Drummond. That's the sad part about it, man. So do you risk, putting your chips in for LaVine and just AD just got to man up and play the 5 during the playoffs? Or do you do the safe thing and go get Andre Drummond, DJ?
I'm still on the side of getting a young guard. This is guard.
Facts.
And when LeBron retires, it'll be LaVine and AD and another player they get from free agency. You got to think the long game out. You can't just think about this year. And I'm talking about for the Lakers fans. You feel me? LaVine will be the best decision that the Lakers have made in a while because it addresses the present, but it will also address the future. They're set. All they will have to do in the next decade, if they get LaVine, of course, all they would have to do is build around him and AD. Get players, 3-and-D wings that fit, that does their role. And they'll be set. And McGee, you could get him in a buyout if you're the Lakers and get him back on the team. He should have never left LA.
Right. Facts. And yeah, absolutely. Y'all get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Come on, man. DJ in here cooking tonight. On Original is cooking as well. Man, it's so many attractive names on this list. Michael Porter Jr. Man, if a contender gets Michael Porter Jr., a 6'9", 6'10", small forward. His defense is suspect, but an extra 17 points a game ain't hurt nobody.
Listen, that one had my eyes wide open. Michael Porter Jr., listen, he's a bit of an enigma. He's had a bit of a rough start to his NBA career. On defense, he's a bit suspect, like you said, Rev. But his upside is there's no cap on it. There's no cap on it. He's an efficient scorer. He's 6'10". Like, if he can get onto a winning team, Denver are a winning team, but if you get onto another playoff contender that is willing to put time and effort into developing Michael Porter Jr., listen, they got themselves a player. They got themselves a player and a half. That is a scary one.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment as well, brother. I agree with that sentiment as well. It started in the bubble last year when he came out. It was basically like, yo, they're not playing me. We're not getting, other players don't get opportunities. Yeah, he's out of there. So I think he's gonna be out of there. Aaron Gordon, man. Aaron Gordon. I was thinking about this, DJ. I was thinking about this. If you don't want to start Miles, which they don't want to start him, yeah, you're the GM of the Charlotte Hornets. They call you about PJ Washington for Aaron Gordon. What you saying to that? Or even more attractive because they're trying to move Mo Bamba and Aaron Gordon for PJ Washington and Devontae Graham.
Mo Bamba of the Orlando Magic, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a bargain deal, but it's a bargain deal that fits with LaMelo's game. And Eric Gordon doesn't even have to start. He knows his role. He'll come off the bench. He doesn't ruffle feathers. He's a true professional. I would make that move. If I was Charlotte, I'll make that move. But is Charlotte smart enough to ever even consider that? That's the question.
Yeah. That's a heavy. They got, Orlando's got to get Gordon's contract. It's coming up this summer, so you don't want to lose him for nothing. It probably wouldn't be Devontae. It'd probably be Terry Rozier. So Terry Rozier and PJ Washington for Aaron Gordon and Mo Bamba. Bro, that fixes a lot of problems for Charlotte.
You know what? I'm looking at Charlotte got to do anything they can to try and get Marvin Bagley or Collins from the Hawks. If they could get one of those guys, oh my god.
Yeah, that Collins thing is
my god,
crazy, right?
I didn't even, that one wasn't the Michael Porter Jr., Collins and Marvin Bagley. Those ones really had me like John Collins especially, like, damn, if the Charlotte Hornets get John Collins, if they somehow find a way to get him, the Melo, listen, them boys going to the playoffs. Them boys might just sneak an 8th seed. That would be huge. He's everything they need.
DJ, I got a name for you, bro. I got a name for you. You know Ben Simmons.
It is.
He's been on the trading block. Ben Simmons has been on the trading block. So the Clippers originally wanted Lonzo, correct?
Yeah.
Because of everything he can set the table for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, right?
Right.
They swing and miss, and Golden State gets him. Why not bring Ben Simmons to the Clippers? Do you know how scary that makes the Clippers defensively?
Extremely scary, but he's with Clutch, right?
He is with Clutch. It's true. Damn, that ain't gonna work, and it wouldn't work anyway. The problem the Clippers have come trade deadline, they have no picks to trade, and they don't really have any marquee players they can trade other than Lou Williams, and you're not gonna get a starter for Lou Williams. So, damn, that would have been attractive though.
Man, Ben Simmons annoys me, man. He annoys me because I look at him and he's really the same player he was from his rookie year. Like, he really hasn't improved. Like, defensively he's improved, but with that size and the quickness he has, he was always going to be a factor on defense. But offensively, like, come playoff time, he'll be the reason why the Sixers will never make it anywhere. So
where do y'all see him getting traded? He's got to go. Where y'all see him getting traded? I'm not going to say he has to go, but they obviously want him out of there.
I mean, if they want to win, it kind of has to go. I don't think they can win with him. I don't see it. Don't see it. When the going gets tough, when palms get sweaty, boy, you can't have Ben Simmons on the court. So then, what are you paying him all that money for? Nah. I just think that experiment's over. I think he's got to go. I don't know where he goes to, but he's got to
go. Can you imagine if, and you'll see the Sixers play against the Hornets tomorrow, for those who are listening, watch what the 76ers do. You already know that the Hornets love zone. They're going to play that zone all day. And look at the shots they get. And you're going to see if you traded Ben Simmons for a legit shooter, what that does. Because what people do, they try to pack the paint with Embiid, because Embiid is a monster and he gets whatever he wants in there. So if they trade Ben Simmons,
man, Zoe to the Sixers would be nice.
All they got to do is get a respectable wing.
God,
they'll be very scary. Yeah,
Zoe to the Sixers is nice. That's nice, DJ. That's nice, because if Ben Simmons goes, you got to have a point guard. Tyrese Maxey is not a point guard. He's more of a shooting guard. Shake Milton's a combo guard. Steph Curry's a combo guard. Yeah, I mean, so whoever you trade, yeah, man, Zoe to the Sixers is nice, because now you're giving Tobias Harris more ISO ball. You're letting Joel Embiid know this is his team. We're gonna run the offense through you. That's very attractive. Wow, this Ben Simmons being on the trading block really opens up so many trades. It opens up so many trades. Or will he want to be traded to a team where it could just be his team, is not necessarily a contender right now? I think that's what it's going to come down to.
All this talk about Lonzo leaving the Pelicans. I'm just looking at Zion and I'm thinking, that boy is out of there. he's out of there. When it comes to contract negotiations and whatnot, you think Zion's not going to be looking at that Lonzo trade and thinking, I ain't staying here with you guys. I'm gone. Because I can really see his game. He doesn't look happy. He don't look happy with the way the offense is being run. And the most fun he had was when Lonzo was just throwing him them lobs. When Lonzo had ball, running the offense, not taking the shots, just throwing lobs to Zion. Don't look happy no more. And I don't think he's going to stay at the Pelicans. Once they trade Lonzo, I think that's just one step closer to losing Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I agree with you on original. These teams, they better learn, man. You got to treat your rookie right because they remember these things. Some players are not the type where I need to re-up when my contract is over because they're going to give me the most money. Some rookies will be different. Some rookies will say, hey, I'll still get money anyway. It may not be the most, but it will be a lot. And I have endorsements. Zion has a lot of endorsements. And would I be surprised if he left New Orleans? Nah. They got a bad media. Their organization is not fit to run for basketball. Too many politicking going on. And there's definitely, when they trade Lonzo, that's going to be the nail in the coffin because he was the one guy willing to give him the basketball.
DJ, can I tell the story of Shaq with the Orlando Magic?
Absolutely, brother. Okay,
so we've had people come on in the chat and talk about how rookies don't go against their rookie contract and, that's unheard of and nobody does that and blah, 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 blah. So funny story, right? So I'm sitting down, enjoying a glass of La Chamindero, smoking a blunt, watching the Penny Hardaway documentary. And on that documentary, Shaq is talking about Penny and them playing in the first couple years together. And he was talking about the process of drafting Penny Hardaway. They were on set shooting the movie, what was it? Blue Chips. And this is when Penny was coming out of Memphis. He hadn't even been drafted yet. They spent the entire summer together filming that movie. The next year when Penny comes out, Shaq goes to ownership and he says, I want you to draft this guy. And ownership was like, well, we'll take it into consideration. Shaq said he told ownership, if you don't draft this guy, I'm going to be looking to do other things when it's time for my rookie contract to be up. That's what I'm talking about. Franchise players. Franchise marquee players in small markets hold that kind of power. So that story alone from one of the greatest centers to ever live should let you know with a kid like LaMelo, who's constantly telling you one of one, has as DJ says, a ruling class mentality, has money in the bank already, probably wants to go back to LA. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised.
Excellent point, my brother. Those type of stories, the true stories in the NBA from past to present, got to pay attention because it's a repeated cycle. Shaq, at the time, let the Orlando Magic know, I do not want Chris Webber. I wanted Penny Hardaway, or I'm leaving. And they did it for him. Now, we're not saying any of these players are Shaq, but you can see the analogy. If you don't treat the player well, the player could leave. And would I be surprised if Zion left? Hell no. Not one bit.
Listen, man, people underestimate the power of relationships in the NBA. Relationships are everything in this NBA. Relationships are how super teams come about. Relationships are how you will lose your franchise player or how you will gain one. So these organizations need to be aware of how they treat not only their franchise players, but the players that their franchise players like to play with. Because, I mean, it will come back to bite them.
Yeah, New Orleans is just one of them bottom feeding organizations. No matter who you ever look at some teams, and it's like no matter who you have on your team, you're just gonna be a bad team. And a lot of times it's not even the players, man. It's the organizational structure is so god awful, trash, horrible that it's just the culture is bad. And yes, Ghost UGD, thank you for saying what needed to be said. What I was about to say. Blake Griffin is washed 3 times in the cleaner, start stiff, hang him up, he's done. Air dry him, he's done. No, the Charlotte Hornets do not need that. The Charlotte Hornets need one of the names that these brothers have said. John Collins, look, bro. PJ Washington can go. Cody Zeller can go, but the Hawks ain't gonna want him. But PJ Washington can go. Terry Rozier can go. Hell, I throw in Malik Monk, bro. Because I'm building for the future if I get John Collins. Because everybody kept saying Imani. What's the brother's name in the draft? Imani Bates? I mean, not Imani Bates. What's his name?
Imani Bates is later on in the draft. Like later years, like 22, 23 or something like that.
No. So what's the brother that's projected as the number 3 pick? Big man. Play for USC.
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley, my bad. Evan Mobley, man. Evan Mobley, you're not going to get a chance to get him because 9 times out of 10, Charlotte might end up sneaking into either a playoff game or a playoff spot. So, not Cade Cunningham, y'all, Evan Mobley. But, yeah, man, you get John Collins, man. You got John Collins, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. One of the reasons why John Collins wants to get out of there, he feels like Trey is ball hogging and he's not getting enough touches. Send him to Charlotte. Perfect place. LaMelo will feed John Collins, man. I remember watching the game in Charlotte after the Trae Young and John Collins beef happened. And I remember John Collins came up to LaMelo at the end of the game and was talking to him for a minute. I was thinking, man, it'd be dope if Melo got to play with John Collins. Well, goddamn, it might happen.
I see Rap Guy says that the Hornets will draft another guard, and let's hope not. Unless it's a 2 guard that can shoot. Yeah, I'm down with that. Or a big man, but it better not be a point guard, I tell you that.
Yeah, no more point guards. Go get make it easy, man. If you're not gonna do what Uncle Vern says, which is go get Lonzo, which I don't think is nowhere in hell you're gonna do that. You go get John Collins. Go get if you can't get John Collins, get Andre Drummond. If you can't get Andre Drummond, settle for JaVale McGee. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have to give up a major piece for that, other than Devontae Graham, then that's gonna be disappointing. But you know what I'm afraid of, DJ?
What's that, brother?
And unoriginal. I feel like they're so in love with their young core that they haven't sold me that they're willing to go all out on winning this year. I don't think they will trade PJ Washington, man. I think they want to build with this guy.
I agree. I think they want to build with PJ as well. But if John Collins is there and he wants to be traded, winning teams will do everything they need to do to improve a roster. And we all know that PJ hasn't been consistent lately. And you trade PJ for John Collins, that's an instant upgrade. LaMelo pick and roll with John Collins. Boy, that's something that's to behold of.
Bro, you could keep Zeller as center for the rest of the year if you had John Collins.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
John Collins could play power forward. He could play center. And I'll tell you what, he won't be dropping any of LaMelo's passes. I'll tell you that.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with guys on PJ. I don't think I feel like everything Charlotte have shown is that the guys that are available to be traded, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, Biyombo, Malik Monk, probably actually. But if they got rid of Miles Bridges,
unoriginal, if they trade Miles Bridges, bro.
you know what the
Bro.
worst thing is? You know what the worst thing is, right? LaMelo has risen Miles Bridges' value so much that teams are going to be wanting for him. Teams are going to be asking for Miles Bridges. Teams are going to be asking for Miles Bridges more than they're going to be asking for PJ Washington and all these other guys.
Facts. Oh, facts.
That's the problem. That's the problem. And Charlotte are going to be more than willing. Charlotte can be, hey, take him. I'll be heartbroken that happens.
Bro, I cancel my league pass, bro. Like I'm dead, bro. If they trade Miles Bridges, DJ, the barbecue that would ensue on this live, DJ, bro, you won't be able to work, bro, because I'll be calling you at work like, what's going on, G? Like,
man, I will have to put in. I will have a coworker fill in my shift at work if they trade Miles Bridges, because we going ham the whole day. They better not trade Miles Bridges. He's the only one. He's the only one.
So right though.
What you said, brother?
Nah, I was saying unoriginal is so right. Charlotte would dangle him because his value has to be through the roof, and they're paying Gordon Hayward $120 million at the same position.
Oh, right, man, right. And that's why I even forgot about that for a hot sec.
And you know,
Gordon Hayward 120 mil. You paid Gordon 120 mil. From that moment on, Miles Bridges was expendable to the Charlotte Hornets.
Dang.
No vision, no organizational vision. No organizational vision. And for a team that we're supposed to trust the process in building organizational structure and developing young players, which is baloney bullshit. And I've been telling y'all that all season. Once you drafted LaMelo Ball, you didn't already see the connection between Miles Bridges and LaMelo. You didn't see what you had. You didn't see you had a younger version of Chris Paul and Blake Griffin on the break. You didn't see that. 3 days later, you go and pay Gordon Hayward $120 million. So now you really have no choice but to get rid of either Miles Bridges or PJ Washington. Nothing else makes sense. It's a nightmare. DJ, bro, I hope that don't happen, man. Unoriginal, man. You spoil my smoke session, bro.
Listen, that's all I've been thinking. Anytime I see trade talks involving Charlotte, the only thing I can think about is Miles Bridges out of here. Because he's the most valuable trade asset they probably have. Bar Malik Monk. But Malik Monk would be way more valuable if he didn't have, obviously, his unfortunate drug issue. Miles Bridges is the most valuable piece they have. And the minute they gave Gordon Hayward that $120 million contract, it was wraps. It was wraps. Because the organization clearly favored PJ Washington. But when it comes to trade talks, teams not really trying to look at PJ Washington more than they're looking at Miles Bridges. Especially not with the way they're seeing Melo throwing these lobs to him. He's box office. Next to LaMelo, he's box office. Yeah, and LaMelo's getting them paid.
But he ain't carrying a $120 million price.
Right.
DJ, do you see that question from Wealth Engineering, brother?
He said, let's ask the real question. Which one would you rather get traded, Miles or PJ? PJ. Miles is too important. Now, you know, we talk about LaMelo and what we want to see from him and his growth and his potential. But Miles is part of that package as well. I don't want to see a team without Miles Bridges, especially with LaMelo Ball playing for the Charlotte Hornets. It just doesn't look right. He's one of the few players on the team that understands his game, doesn't try to do too much, and he knows how to slash, cut, he knows how to rebound. He catches everything that LaMelo sends him to the basket. Perfect teammate. And if the Hornets trade him, and they're good friends too off the court, very good friends, great friends. Charlotte, don't make these same mistakes that other poor franchises do, trying to be cheap. You pay Gordon Hayward $120 million, you live with it and die with it. And when Miles' contract comes up, you just gotta pay the brother too or find a way to do it.
Bro, to answer that question as well, brother, PJ to the PJs in his PJs. Get him the hell out of here. That's not even a question to ask, bruh. That's not a question to ask. I love you dearly, bruh. But no way in hell do you get rid of, bro, that would stunt LaMelo's growth so much. He's the only guy that LaMelo throws lobs to on the team. Have y'all thought about that? Like there's no one else he throws lobs to. I think McDaniels had one in the preseason. So now you're surrounding him around a bunch of unathletic guys other than Malik Monk. So now his assist total is not there in the open floor as much. In order for that to work, you would have to have extremely good three-point shooters. But goddamn, bro, that would, man, like, I hate that you said that, Unoriginal, because the more I think of it, the more it has to be a serious possibility. But DJ, you think they would be willing to throw away the money that duo would bring into arenas once the fans are back?
Man, this is going to be very profound. Unpredictable franchises do unpredictable things, especially cheap ones. Boy, that hit the soul. Let me say it again for those in the chat to hear me out. Unpredictable franchises do unpredictable things, especially the cheap ones. Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak, I know you're not listening to this show, but if you are, do not F this up. Miles Bridges is just as important as LaMelo Ball.
Facts.
Those two must be teammates for a long time. Even the the diehard Hornet fans know this. Yes, you overpaid for Gordon Hayward, and he's playing well. I got to give him his props. But you cannot be cheap with Miles Bridges. And even if Rozier played well and you want to trade him so you could pay Miles Bridges, so be it. But do not trade Miles Bridges. If the Hornets do that, that will be the biggest mistake they would ever do in their franchise history. Remember the year, I think it was 96. The Hornets were being so cheap, they didn't want to pay Lonzo more than that 100-some million contract.
Yep.
A rival team, the Miami Heat, told the media, we're going to do everything we can to get Lonzo away from the Hornets so they could help their team out. The Hornets thought they were bluffing. The next day, the Miami Heat gave Lonzo more like 110-year. What was it, like 10 years? 10 years for $110 million. It was the highest paid contract at the time until Shaq got his $120 million contract for 7 years. Do not repeat the same mistakes. Build around LaMelo, build around players who fit his game. Don't make it too difficult. And see where it goes.
Bro, not only do you have the Miles Bridges conundrum, and y'all get the likes up, man. Y'all get the likes up. Let's get over 100 likes, man. With that being said, at that position, let's talk about the small forward position. You got Gordon Hayward that's starting. You got Miles Bridges that's the backup. And you got McDaniels. All of these guys can be in the lineup. Who's going to be the person that gets sacrificed? Unoriginal, thank you for taking the gem out of my donut tonight, bro.
I'm sorry, brother. But yeah, man. The facts are staring you right in the face, man. Staring you right in the face.
Because they would have to pay him a major contract, not a major contract, but they have to pay him a lot of money next year because they only extended him through the year. Oh my God, bro, man, DJ. Like DJ said, man, Miles got to be on the untouchable list. I think Malik's on the untouchable list because who's gonna take a risk on the guy coming out of the program with that kind of substance? I think they're gonna wait for that brother to prove himself a little bit more. I think it's Terry. I hope it's not Miles, but it might be Miles. I think PJ is on the block as well. But that's really the only assets that Charlotte has that anyone will truly, truly want. Maybe Devontae is a 6th or 7th man, but yeah, it's gonna come down to those names.
And Devontae Graham has no value. Charlotte shot themselves in the foot because now they're gonna have to pay him. If I'm a GM for a team, who's trying to trade for Devontae Graham? Like, what does he offer you? He's 5'11" and he just shoots threes for the fun of it. Plays no defense, not a facilitator. Even though he gets 8 assists or whatnot, them assists are really like him just hugging the ball and then dashing it to the person next to him when the shot clock was running down.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then they just make a free or whatnot. It's like, all right, but apart from shooting threes like 34%, 35%, he's got one of the worst percentages from the field in the league. Like I said again, he's 5'11". Like, what value does he have? And now Charlotte played him all these minutes, and now he's gonna be he's gonna be worth a bigger contract in the summer. Charlotte gonna have to pay him, unfortunately.
No,
but I feel like
Charlotte
this is
better not
Charlotte's
pay
plan.
him.
But I feel like this is Charlotte's plan all along. To be honest,
DJ, they're gonna pay him. I think he's right.
they'll pay him. They'll pay him.
If they pay, I want y'all to hear me out. If they pay Devontae and they keep Rozier, now I like Rozier's game, and I don't mind him staying, but Devontae got to go. But if they pay Devontae while keeping Rozier, that is the biggest middle finger to LaMelo Ball. Because what you're saying is we're not truly fully building around you. We still going to treat you like a young player instead of a franchise player. That's just what it is. And you know I respect Terry Rozier, and I don't mind him staying and growing with LaMelo Ball. But a guard has got to go. Somebody's got to go.
I think it's going to be Terry, brother. I think it's going to be Terry because,
Man.
like Unoriginal was saying, and this is what I was saying about starting this man a long time ago, so you can go ahead and have the changing of the guard. And when they didn't do that, I was afraid because, like Unoriginal said, they've driven this price up. So what if other teams don't want to pay this guy? Or what if they don't want to trade the assets that Charlotte wants for him? Then what? That's the question. And what if Charlotte, offers him a hometown discount, but not anything too extreme, and he sees that the market out there for him is not what he thought it was going to be, and he re-signs with Charlotte? I mean, I think Borrego would love to have him, and I agree with Warm Take Walter, who jargon. Borrego isn't going nowhere. They're not firing Borrego. So, yeah, I think Borrego has his dream. He never wanted to bench Terry Rozier. I mean, he never wanted to bench Devontae Graham. I think he's perfectly comfortable with LaMelo starting alongside Devontae Graham, which is a nightmare.
I definitely think Terry Rozier they're trying to ship out. One thing I picked up with James Borrego in his interviews and whatnot, he never really talks about Terry Rozier. That he never bigs him up. He just never really mentions him. Anything good that happens, he'll mention Devontae Graham or Gordon Hayward or PJ Washington. Maybe LaMelo Ball here and there. Anything bad happens, definitely mention LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, the bench. But you never hear him say Terry. I never really hear him talk about Terry Rozier. Only time I really heard him talk about Terry Rozier was when he got an injury. I just feel like Terry Rozier's at the back of his mind. His focus is primarily you hear him say it all the time. Oh, we got to do a better job of getting Graham going or getting Gordon going. What about Terry? I never heard him say we got to do a better job of getting Rozier some more shots, getting Rozier going. They're already looking at him like trade bait. Like, he's out of there. Devontae Graham's that guy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, brother Rev, I have a question. I have a suggestion.
Okay,
brother.
bro.
When we do a live stream, you want to, like, when we get the membership, the people that join, and make sure you join the new media membership. once we have enough people in the membership, do you know that we can actually do private live streams for members?
Oh wow.
Yes, we can. I just got approved for that. So if y'all want the uncut truth, the real uncut truth,
That'd be crazy.
become a member of the New Media gang. And all you have to do is push join. Is next to the subscription box. The subscribe box. I mean, the subscribe box. But that would be a great idea. I'll get to talk about things beyond the scope. Only the media members, not the media members, but the new media members can hear. So I think it'll be dope. I'm trying to wait until we get to about 50 or 100 media members, then I'll start doing it. What you think about that, Rev?
I think that'll be amazing, brother. I think that'll be amazing because a lot of times, censorship and things of that nature. And like when we was watching the game last night, when we were all clowning around, I can only imagine if it was a private live stream, how much fun we could have. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that, bro.
Yeah, as soon as I get 100 members joined to New Media, we're gonna set that up. And trust me, you see how real we are now. You haven't seen anything yet, because we're about to go on another level once we start doing the private videos for New Media.
My bad, DJ and Rev, man. I just seen something in the comments saying Miles Bridges will hit the balls hard in Haywood. When will he invite the injury bug back into his life? I don't really like wishing injury on players. Like you might not like them, you might think they're stopping somebody else from shining, but wishing injury on somebody else, that's a no-no. Like that's I'm not really with that, you know.
Facts.
But the fans in here great and whatnot, but like if you could just refrain from wishing injury on somebody, like that's terrible. I'm not really for that.
Hey, Unoriginal, you need a YouTube channel, bro.
Facts.
I don't know what your YouTube name will be, but
Should probably be unoriginal, man. Unoriginal.
But if you need some help to start your channel, man, you know who to call.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm pretty much the
plug.
plug.
I'll be waving that New Media flag 24/7, man.
All right, man. Once you make your channel, you know you're certified, man. Certified New Media.
Yes, sir.
New Media gang.
We're trying to spread this round, man. We're trying to make a lot of members of New Media. You know, it's a brotherhood, man. We not only want this channel to do well, but we want other brothers to create their own too. So it's a beautiful thing, man.
Brother Wealth Engineer, you're asking about Terry Rozier. He practiced today. But the thing about it, they would be stupid to rush him back from an ankle sprain. He's a guard. He's not a big man. So if they do that, that's on them. And even if he does that, you're not going to bring him right back into the lineup playing 30-plus minutes. So that doesn't make sense. So I'm not even worried about it at this point. I'm with DJ. I wouldn't be surprised Melo doesn't start all year consistently. And it is what it is at this point. Melo just got to, with what he's given, do the very most with it, and everything will fall into place.
Right on. I hope for Terry Rozier's sake, he doesn't, rush his process of, and I hate that word too, of healing, of trying to rush to the court. It's not serious. Take your time, rehab, do all the right things. Because as a guard, when you have ankle problems, you got to sit that one out.
Especially when you're catching shooting, man, you need them legs.
Exactly.
You need them legs, man.
Cam Fuller says Uncle Vern needs his own channel. Man, I try to tell him, but he old school, man. Sometimes people don't want YouTube channels.
I just wanted to say something on Terry Rozier quick. I feel bad for him, man, because you could see that he was really trying to make an effort to acquiesce to LaMelo Ball, to try and be a good teammate to him, because you could see he's quickly realized that LaMelo Ball, if I want to be here a long time, I've got to realize that this guy is the franchise player. These guys know he has ability. Everyone on that team, don't be fooled. Every single player on that team, even $120 million Gordon Hayward knows this guy's a future, whether they want to admit it or not. Terry Rozier, you could see by the way he was playing and giving up the ball to Melo and letting him find him for open looks. And he was really trying to be a good teammate and trying to prolong his career in Charlotte. I feel like it seemed to me like he was actually happy in Charlotte. So for him to get this injury, such an unfortunate time, now Melo getting a start and him potentially getting traded, I feel bad for him.
Out of all the guys that was injured, and I wish no injuries for no NBA player, any sports player. For Terry to be the guy to be injured, I didn't like that. I didn't like what I saw, man. I was like, dang. A lot of people were happy about LaMelo starting, but I didn't want it to come down to that, an injury. I wanted LaMelo to start organically, and I hope the brother heals up quickly because the Hornets need him, and they need him on this tough stretch.
Bruh, 757 TL to go along with what you saying. He said some shit that just quaked my soul. That man said Rozier is one injury away from being Isaiah Thomas. I hate to say it, I feel that way too. I feel like nobody really wants to pay this guy, man. And I agree with the unoriginal. It's like Borrego, it's like he's not even on the team. It's like he's not even on the team. Like, they treat him strange, man. They take him out at weird points of the game. I get the feeling as well that Rozier, I don't think he's getting the return and trade talks that Charlotte was expecting. So I feel bad for the brother as well.
Man, if he was getting the reception at Charlotte, probably thought again, he'd already been out of there. He'd already been out of there. So the fact that he's still there shows to me that Charlotte clearly weren't getting no calls by no Terry Rozier. It's unfortunate.
You said what? The GOAT says, DJ, so what happens tomorrow with LaMelo? I'm only assuming that Rozier won't be playing. So LaMelo will be the starter. Even though Malik Monk had that great performance the other night, you see his game and he's a microwave. He's someone you have off the bench to shoot any type of shot he wants and to catch fire when the team needs it. That's his role. So I still expect LaMelo to be starting unless Terry Rozier comes back. And if he comes back this early, he's definitely playing with injury, which is not a good thing.
It's not at all, especially for a guard, man. Yeah, I agree with DJ, man. And Malik Monk is a microwave, but the problem, that microwave shuts off a lot as well. And he's just got an erratic play style. You got to feed too many guys in the starting lineup. That would be dumb to put Malik Monk in that starting lineup. And I just don't see Borrego messing with his rotations that much. You're already going to have to start Miles Bridges. So starting Miles and LaMelo, man, like, it's like this week the Most High got involved. And I'm not wishing injury on anyone, but a lot of people have been asking to see Miles and LaMelo in the starting lineup. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Injuries aside, if LaMelo and Miles Bridges starting tomorrow leads to an impressive win over the Sixers, it's going to be some smoke in the city, man. It's going to be some smoke in the city. Because how do you mess that up, DJ? If they come out there and ball and beat the Sixers, who they lost to with a certain lineup, and Miles and Melo come out there and they both start, and they show out, you got some problems. What you think about that, brother?
Bro, if they get a win with Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball starting, man, Buzz City will be buzzing. The media airways will be talking about it. And there's going to be an audience saying that LaMelo and Miles need to start. It's going to happen. If they beat the Philadelphia 76ers, who's number one in the West and has, I believe, the best win percentage so far in difficulty of wins. If they beat that team with Joel Embiid and company, man, the discussions will be something else. Like, it'll be a game where James Borrego, when he speaks to the media, he's going to be annoyed. He's going to be like,
Thanks.
man, we got to talk about LaMelo and Miles. Why can't we just talk about everybody else on the team that provided spark on the bench and helped got us the wins? Why can't we just talk about Tay?
Well, the game plan is so simple. And I see your comment, KNC Radio. DJ or Rev, either of you help with video editing. I want to start a YouTube channel. I suck, bro. I ain't got, I ain't on YouTube. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I really acquiesce to my brother DJ and his expertise.
I'll give him this advice. KNT Radio, what you got to do to start out is get you an app on a mobile app called Clips, and then go on Google, look up whatever you're talking about, save that photo, put it on Clips, and speak on it. Unless you want to show yourself, of course. Save it. You could add some music or instrumentals if you want to. This is the beginner's level I'm telling them about. And you'll start there. And once you grow your channel, then you start to do the other stuff. You got to grow your channel gradually because you got to build up a sub count. I've seen a lot of YouTubers who start out with all the flashy stuff, but they paying all this money and trying to get all the software and the Adobe Cloud and all this stuff, but they ain't got any subs. So start out small, and then once you get a following, then you can get the stuff, the tools that will help grow your channel. But when you're starting out, the most important thing is to have a voice. You got to know what you're talking about, and you got to be appealing to your subs. Once you realize you have a voice, then you could be like, okay, I got it. But yeah, that's just some advice for you, K and T.
Yeah, DJ is the one to really check with about that. But yeah, man, I think it's an easy game plan tomorrow, man. To be real with you, I would run Joel Embiid's ass to death, bruh. With a lineup of Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball, we will be up and down the court, make, miss, doesn't matter what happens. We would run them to death. That's the only shot they got winning. They're not beating this team in a half-court game. They've tried that twice, and they got smoked. So this game, when the ball go up, when it comes off the rim, outlet pass, we run it. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We run it. We got to try something different. We got a different lineup in there. And then I would hit him with Malik Monk coming off the bench. I would send Miles Bridges to the bench a little bit earlier than Melo, and then the running would continue. I will put Biyombo in there. You know what I'm saying? The running would continue. And like y'all was saying, Richardson or Vernon Carey is going to have to play tomorrow. I don't see any way where they don't. I had them young guys up and down the court, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a tremendous opportunity. I don't wish any ill on PJ Washington. I don't wish any ill on Terry Rozier, but this is a tremendous opportunity for Airbnb.
Could I just add on to your point, Rev, real quick, man? Listen, if LaMelo and Miles start tomorrow and they win playing this run and gun style, the way those lobs from LaMelo to Miles get the team going, like you can't put a price, like that stuff gets them wins because off the back of those lobs, they go on crazy runs. The momentum, the energy they have is ridiculous. They bring that tomorrow against the Sixers and they win off the back of that, it will just certify Miles' status as his way to Melo's LeBron. And if they win off of that, with those two being, hand in hand, the reason them winning against the Sixers, Boy, it's gonna be hell for James Borrego. I don't see how he. I mean, he'll find a way to drop Miles back to the bench, but it ain't gonna come without a hell of a lot of problems. I'll tell you that.
This game is going to have everybody in pins and needles, but I hope the Hornets run them out the gym. The Hornets. I hope the Hornets run the Sixers out of the gym. Use their athleticism. I don't want to see no half-court stall ball. Why would you do that with Joel Embiid? If I don't see them running, then they're asking to be blown out by the 76ers.
Yeah, I don't see no other way of winning other getting up and down the court. But the problem, DJ, there's a problem with that. Gordon Hayward, he does not fit into the running gun style. And a lot of times where they could be running, Gordon Hayward gets the ball and he brings the ball up the court. And it just slows down the entire offense, man. God damn. I forgot about Gordon Hayward, man. He comes down, dribbling high as hell. Y'all are saying Cody Zeller, but you don't have to worry about Cody Zeller because Cody Zeller is not going to bring the ball up the court. The problem with Devontae Graham and Gordon Hayward is they drain the clock, man. They dribble all slow coming up the court. Devontae's 5'11". He can't cross anybody up. His handles, he got that that NBA 2K dribble package that says pro. It's not all-star, it's not Hall of Famer. It just says pro. He got that pro level handle. And so, they get the ball off the rim and they just slow the offensive tempo down so bad. I forgot those two jokers was in the starting lineup, man. But Melo and Miles they gotta go into this game looking at it like, yo, this might be our only opportunity ever to prove that we can start together. If I was Melo, I would tell Miles before the game, hey, on some Bundini Brown shit, hey, they gave Gordon Hayward $120 million, player, and you were here last year. What you gonna do about it? And we'll hit that court and tear it up, cuz. That's how we'll have to play it, man. That's how we'll have to play it, man. They got to go out there, like Jermaine Jackson always says, straight dog food, bruh. Forget what the coaches are saying. When that ball come off the board, push that ball up the court.
Yeah, let me answer this. G Money says, I respect y'all, but it's impossible to keep up with the offensive pace at 48 minutes. We've seen the Warriors. Now, we're not saying this team is the Warriors, especially in their heyday, but we've seen them do it, the Houston Rockets, and many teams. So it is possible.
Sacramento Kings, come on.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams. The Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash. Trust me.
DJ, you're right, brother. You're right. That's the only way they win in that. That's the only way they win in that.
Yeah, why would you want to slow the game down so that Joel Embiid could block all your shots? Running and gunning is the only way they have a chance, unless they just, meaning the Hornets, make miraculous threes out of everywhere. Those are only two ways they can beat that team.
Right, and this isn't the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat have come back down to earth this year. Tyler Hero played like Tyler Ham Sandwich last night. Like he was real basic. So you didn't get his best game. Duncan Robinson was hot and cold. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow you're getting the Seth Curry. Seth Curry might be the weakest guy on the starting lineup, and he's balling. 76ers with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. That's a big-ass starting five, man. That's a big starting five. So, no, you don't want to set up in the half court. You want to get up and goddamn down the court. And I'm telling you, Hoop Jargon said something that was so powerful last night. He says the thing he's going to start looking for Melo now is Melo commanding being a point guard. Tomorrow is one of them nights, I'm telling you, hey, look, I know Coach got this game plan. That's all great. But when we get on this court, tonight, it's me and you, bruh. That's how they got to approach it tomorrow. Because We can see a situation where Miles gets traded. If he doesn't get traded this year, he might be traded next year. You know what I'm saying? So this is an opportunity to make a statement. When Malik Monk came into that game last night, he wasn't worried about no team ball. He wasn't worried about not starting. Malik Monk was like, okay, so y'all playing me for the Doublemint twins, huh? Bet. We gonna see. Every time he hit a shot, DJ, he was barking at the crowd. Melo and Miles got to have that energy tomorrow.
Exactly. And the GOAT said pretty much, why are people, like, not people, but the coach and everybody else saying that Devontae and LaMelo is a great fit on the court? I don't believe it. I believe that besides Miles Bridges, Terry Rozier has been a better fit because Terry Rozier has actually incorporated his style of play with LaMelo when they're on the court. And it created on-court chemistry. The passes and flow tell you that if you look at the film. It's going to be sad, man. This is one of the years where I changed my stance. First, I wasn't really a big fan of Terry Rozier, but I gained respect due to his professionalism, making big-time baskets, and just being a good teammate to LaMelo. You see that he wants to be in Charlotte. But like I said, if Charlotte decides to trade Rozier, they better trade Graham.
No. The reason why they won't, I mean, if they have it, like you guys said, if they have any chance of beating the Sixers, they have to play that fast pace, run and gun. But the reason it won't happen is because, like you guys said again, Devontae Graham is inevitably going to bring the ball up a few times. And what annoys me about him so much is I've never seen a starting point guard, right, pick up his dribble as much as Devontae Graham. Like, he'll bring the ball up the court, try something. He's got no moves, he's got no handles, ends up picking up his dribble, and then you got to restart again. And the offense it just breaks down. It breaks down in his hands. Unless he's shooting the free, he has no use of touching that ball. There's no use for him touching that ball in the offense. No use at all. At all. I have never seen a starting point guard with less moves than him. Every time he comes up to pick and roll, tries to get by his man, and he ends up picking up a dribble. Then he has to just pass out somebody quickly.
And the shot clock just keep going. And the shot clock just keep going.
Yeah, it's infuriating, man.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap. And y'all get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up. Share the video, like the video. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the best channel on YouTube, DJ's Raw Uncut Truth. # new media. It's a family. It's a movement. It's a wave. Don't get washed out. With that being said, I'm going to say it, goddammit. I'm not going to sit up here and front. I don't like when Gordon Hayward brings the ball up the court, man. I don't care if he scores. I don't care if he hits a three. The offense looks funky. I don't like him bringing the ball up the court. I don't like him waving LaMelo off. Like when Melo got his 4th foul last night. We didn't talk about it. You know, Borrego didn't talk about it, but that was a critical turnover that led to the 4th foul of a starter because your ass is looking like Hoosiers trying to cross over in the middle of the court, break dancing, doing a split, and now Melo got to try to stop the ball from Jimmy Butler going the other way. That's terrible, man. Who's empowering this terrible basketball? Who? To answer G Money, Devontae does not look good with Melo. They don't look good because Melo does have defensive lapses sometimes in zone. Devontae Graham doesn't have any lapses, and he still can't stop anybody. So playing those two together is absolute trash, booty trash, butt cheeks. It doesn't work. Terry Rozier, when he's out there with Melo, a lot of times you'll see Terry Rozier, and DJ, I don't know if you've seen this before, he'll pick up the starting guard full court, and he takes some pressure off Melo. You never see that from Devontae Graham. Unoriginal was absolutely right. The only use Devontae has is hitting set-up threes from Melo. Now, last night he hit 2 big shots off the dribble. I'm going to give him his credit, but both of those shots look like prayers. When that ball was in the air, it looked like Madonna's song was playing. He was touched by a prayer.
And hopes, man.
Real rap. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna take that away from him. But all I'm saying is I like the way Terry Rozier competes on defense. I'm not saying he stops anybody, but he does compete. And I just like the way him and Melo play together. But Borrego keeps trying to sell us on this Devontae Graham LaMelo backcourt. I'm not buying it, DJ.
No, I'm gonna go a step further. Let me answer this for G Money. Shout out to you. You said, yeah, we definitely ain't agreeing, but love the energy. I appreciate that you love this energy, but I also have to say, I don't know what the hell you see in Devontae Graham to defend him of being that guy as a starter. Like I could pick names for any other player that if they were on the Hornets and they were starting, I wouldn't even. We wouldn't even be defending it. We'll be like, well, I guess LaMelo got to start next year.
Facts.
But the Hornets don't have a player like that. And I keep saying again, if Brogdon, who was never an all-star but having a good year, was on this team, nobody on this platform would be out here saying, oh, he should start over Brogdon in year one. We'll say that he got to contribute out the bench, but he'll eventually become a starter next year.
Bro, DJ.
Yeah.
I want you to answer his response, G Money. Okay, for everyone who is continuously pushing this Devontae Graham thing on all of us like we're just the village idiots. And y'all know better than us. Y'all know basketball, the numbers, Devontae Graham's only making $1 million, all of this crazy crap. So tomorrow night, if I'm Doc Rivers, right, and I keep running a pick and roll play where Devontae Graham gets matched up on Ben Simmons, what are you going to do? What's your counter? Now, you might say, okay, well, they could do the same with Melo. We saw the Sixers play the Hornets twice, back to back. And several times Melo was matched up with Ben Simmons, and he scored 0 times. Every time Devontae Graham checked Ben Simmons, as DJ loves to say, it was barbecue chicken with extra sauce. That alone shows you that Devontae Graham shouldn't be starting. DJ, do you think that James Borrego is going to make the adjustment, whatever adjustment there is to be made with Ben Simmons bashing Devontae Graham?
No, he's going to stay with the zone. This coach has a habit of it, and this is not hate towards Borrego, but I'm talking about coaching characteristics. He comes from the Spurs coaching tree, and Greg Popovich, he's a winner, but he's stubborn. His assistants are the same way. They're stubborn. Yeah, they could coach X's and O's, but when you need to switch some things up, they likely will not do that. And I'll go out on a limb and saying this. If Rozier did not get injured, let's say Rozier was starting instead of Graham, and you had LaMelo and Graham, I think LaMelo would have had a better start to the Heat game if Rozier was his backcourt teammate, because he could guard the man straight up. He always guards the best player. Plus, he would not be waving off LaMelo time to time when he's open. You won't be seeing that.
Yeah, man, because of Devontae Graham's lack of perimeter defense. And shout out to my guy, the GOAT. Shout out to Rated. He was the one that notified me of this. On the switches, LaMelo was always checking the best player in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he got into foul trouble, because you got Melo checking Jimmy Butler. Because your alternative to checking Jimmy Butler is the actual, starter Devontae Graham. But everyone in the NBA and everyone who watches the NBA knows damn well you can't put Devontae Graham on Jimmy Butler. The he's a walking liability, man.
Let me just end it once and for all for G Money and Devontae Graham. You look at all the guards that Charlotte have. Devontae Graham is the worst at everything. Defensively, we already know about him. We've mentioned everything countless times. Offensively, he's the only one out of all the guards. When the offense breaks down, you can count on LaMelo to make his own shot. you can count on Terry Rozier to create an opening. He can drive to the paint. He can create something. You can rely. I mean, Malik Monk has shown he can get aggressive and attack the paint at will, and he's athletic as hell. All those guys are also bigger players than Devontae Graham. So what does Devontae Graham offer for you on offense? And what does he offer for you on defense better than all the guards that Charlotte have? He's the worst at everything. So for him to be on the court with Melo, when you have Malik Monk and you have Terry Rozier right there, it's gross negligence on the behalf of the Charlotte Hornets organization. It's a tragedy, really, that he's still on the roster.
It's a tragedy, damn.
I'm tired of him, man. I'm tired of him. He's a shot chucker. Really, that's all he is. He ain't really got nothing else to his game. He can't create a shot. He's about as tall as my little brother, my baby brother. He can't defend a damn thing. Everything that is, I mean, there's a lot of things.
You cooking, bro.
He's terrible, man. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, to start the season, I was looking at you had a great season last season. Okay, but when you really look at it now, it's only because you were the only guy on a terrible team that was allowed to take all the shots. So you average 18, but now you come here to the new season and you draft LaMelo Ball, and LaMelo Ball is completely exposed why you're just not that guy for no team in the NBA. Devontae Graham, Devontae can shoot though. He's got one of the worst field goal percentages in the league.
Bro, Jimmer Fredette.
He's got one of the worst field goal percentages in the league. We talking about he can shoot.
Bro, Jimmer Fredette could shoot, and you see what happened.
You know what I'm saying? At least Jimmer Fredette was 6 foot plus. The man ain't even 6 foot plus. He ain't doing himself no favors. And if it weren't for James Borrego, boy, I feel like he'd be out of the league in a few years, man. He really ain't got nothing to his game. Nothing.
Rodwin says he's clutch. What do you mean? Well, so is Jimmer Fredette. He's been clutch. What's the point?
I mean, okay, you made a few clutch shots. Fair play to you. I'll give you that. So what? What about the rest of the 40-something minutes?
Yo, man's is about to be 26. He about to be 26 years old. He better be making clutch shots.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's almost 26.
Like y'all stop with this cap. Y'all never, when we tell the story of Devontae Graham, we never tell it fully. He's about to be 26. This man is 4 years from 30. Okay? He's not growing any more inches. He's not going to be a good defender. Is he better than Isaiah Thomas? No. Is he better than Nate Robinson was? No. Hell, DJ, is he better than Fred VanVleet?
Heck no.
Hell
exactly. So if you're not willing to deal with these guys' liabilities, Fred VanVleet, when Toronto was put together, was still coming off the bench. Fred VanVleet. So you cannot sit up here and justify Papa Smurf starting. You cannot justify it, bro. Like, so coming in here talking about he's clutch, yeah, so is a Porsche. You know what I mean? What are you saying, bro? This man is almost 30. It's time to go ahead. It's like they are delaying the inevitable for what? Go ahead, start the transition of this being LaMelo's team. Man, tomorrow, like I said, Hoop Jargon was absolutely right. I want to see LaMelo running up to people, get the hell out the way. I'm bringing the ball up the court. That is the next stage in progression. I don't care if it's Devontae, Tebe. I don't give a damn if it's Gordon Hayward. Look, bro, PJ Washington brought the ball up the court 3 times last night. This is getting ridiculous.
Let me answer this, brother. Rod Wan. He says, but y'all acting like he's garbage. That's hate, man. He can still hang even if it comes off the bench. Hey, bro, we said that Devontae would be a solid role player, but unfortunately, we have folks in the coaching staff of the Hornets and some Tebe fans that keep making excuses for him, calling him a starter and say he's a great player. I don't use the term great for too many players in the league. role
Oh, go
player.
ahead, DJ. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just saying he's a good role player. We've said that before.
No,
So
no.
he's not garbage. He's just not a starter quality player.
My question is, okay, well, Bobby Mark said he's eligible for starters pay, which means the man's going to want his money. You're going to pay him starters pay to be on the bench when it's time for his contract to come up? You're going to pay Devontae Graham starters pay to come off the bench. All of y'all that's in love with Devontae Graham and have all these high feelings, when that trade market heats up and nobody wants his ass, keep the same energy. Or when you see him go to a team like the Clippers and be the eighth man, keep the same energy. Or he goes to a contender and he's the eighth man, or he goes to a terrible team and he's coming off the bench. Please keep the same energy.
Listen, man, the bottom line is players like Devontae Graham at his size, with the game he has, they don't last long in this league. They don't. They don't. James Borrego is prolonging that man's career. He's the only reason. Boy, I don't know where he goes to, and they give him the kind of role he has at Charlotte. This is impossible. It's impossible. The kind of reign, the free reign that he has, but the game that he has at 5'11", are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Players like him, they don't last long in the NBA. He's not. He has nothing to his game. He can't defend. I parrot just repeating myself, but like, it just needs to be made abundantly clear how little he offers. He offers so little, and at his height, it's a massive disadvantage.
Unoriginal. You know why they don't get it? Because we've evolved into this NBA that is just a bunch of stat watchers. The analysts on TV do it. Old media does it. Twitter every night, people will talk about a guy having, he had 34 points tonight. Yeah, on 9 of 55 shooting.
Exactly.
Or he had 34 points tonight, and every time his man went at him, he scored. So if you want to play a game of 21 and you're just looking at statistics, great. Devontae Graham is your guy. But like I said, if I was coaching with the Philadelphia 76ers, the play we would run is the same play we would run that we ran the first time, and the same plays that Toronto ran. I would always get Devontae Graham either matched up on Tobias Harris or Ben Simmons, and I would show you how great Devontae Graham was. I will force you to come with a double team. I would force you to come with a double team, and I would kick it out to the shooters once you double team, and I would just destroy you all night. Because, okay, if you're doubling because of Devontae Graham and one of your guards has to double, now you're leaving the 50% Steph Curry wide open for three. That's because y'all are vouching for Devontae Graham. Most of y'all didn't even know who Devontae Graham was last year. I smell hate in your blood, low key. Most of y'all didn't even know who Devontae Graham was last year. If you did, then you would know he was inefficient and shot a horrible percentage. Let's talk about that.
Man, they saw them 18 points per game, and they said, yeah, he's a star. No, he's not.
Yo, unoriginal. Look at this. Shout out to Calvin Lewis, who is a avid Charlotte sports fan. So you know he means what he says in this. He says, I'm a Hornets fan, and I'm mad how they treat him like Steph Curry. He's talking about Devontae Graham. And he's definitely right. Shout out to Douglas Anderson. He says Graham is a role player. Why are people getting mad when we say that Graham is a role player?
Because LaMelo's on the team.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, brother.
Brother, they did not know who Devontae Graham was last year. They did not, bro. They did not. This is cap, man.
No one in that chat can say they watched more than 5 Charlotte Hornets games last season. No one. Listen, Devontae Graham gives you less on offense than he gives up on defense. So what are you starting him 37 minutes for? I don't know. I don't like if you can't see what Devontae Graham is on the court, and you're gonna keep coming in and saying disrespect the comments of Graham is insane. Can respect you because they don't come. Listen. You guys watch Devontae Graham week in, week out, right? if you can't see how much of a liability he is to the Charlotte Hornets, how detrimental he is to this team, to the development of LaMelo Ball, there's nothing really I can tell you. Like someone said in the comments, he's literally a catch and shoot guard at 5'11" with no handles and no defense, and his catch and shooting isn't efficient anyways. So what's his value on the court? What are you really expecting to bring him? Like, what are you really expecting him to bring you as a team? I don't care.
Bro, I have something that will blow this whole show to to the stratosphere, what I'm about to say. So anyone who's defending Devontae Graham, I want you to answer this. Let's say that Devontae's not playing for Charlotte. Who would he start for?
Not a damn team in the NBA.
Who would Devontae Graham start for? Be honest with me. I want you guys to be honest with me that's defending Devontae Graham. Who would he start for in the NBA?
Nobody.
It's getting quiet. It's getting quiet.
Nobody is starting Devontae Graham over Eric Bledsoe. Cap.
Yeah, Devontae Graham's not better than Bledsoe. Now, Bledsoe's not a perfect player.
Eric Bledsoe,
come on now.
Bledsoe's been to the playoffs. What,
right.
You're gonna get rid of a experienced guard who's played in the playoffs for numerous years for 5'11" Devontae Graham, who shoots the free ball at 33%.
Devontae Graham is
field goal percentages in the league. That's
Devontae Graham is not starting over. Somebody said over Cole Anthony. No, sir. Cole Anthony already has a game winner. He's very athletic. He's playing pretty well. He is the future. The Magic are putting him to the forefront at the starting guard now that Fultz is out. So that's not happening. And somebody said G Money, did you really say he would start in Miami over Tyler Hero?
Oh no.
Man, stop playing.
Yeah, you're trolling, man. You're trolling.
And Goran Dragic didn't start last night. Tyler Hero started at point guard last night.
Yeah, that won't happen. That won't happen. And whoever said Cole Anthony, Cole Anthony is taller than him, stronger,
more athletic,
and has more potential. Very shifty. Yeah, they would never do that. I'm so glad that I put that question out there. I should have used that question earlier in my shows, Brother Rev. I don't know why I never did. Oh my God. So if anybody comes in the channel and say Devontae this or that, making excuses, I'm going to ask you, who would he start for in the NBA? That's what I'm going to do now. And you know what's funny, Rev? I knew they were going to go with with the Magic. Like,
right.
He'll start with the Magic. I knew that was coming.
No chance in hell.
It looks like they have Cole Anthony starting over Dwayne Bacon and other players who are more gifted than Devontae Graham.
Cole Anthony was a dog, bro. Cole Anthony was a dog. He was never going to be out of the starting lineup for long. Somebody said Peyton Pritchard. I don't know if he starts.
No, he doesn't start.
No, Marcus Smart starts. So that's not happening either. The Pistons might be the one team because their starting guard, Killian Hayes, is hurt. But even with that, are you going to start Devontae Graham over Derrick Rose? Please get off the loud pack. Get off the loud pack.
Man, I rest my case, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not a team in the league that you could even come close to saying Devontae Graham starts for. Because even the players they have on the bench are probably more useful than Devontae Graham anyways. the replacement for those guards in every team in the NBA probably have more value than Devontae Graham. Like Devontae Graham, out of all the players in the league, he has some of the lowest value. Some of the lowest value. And like I said before, players with his skill set, or should I say lack of skill set at his height, they don't last in the league very long.
Hey, bro, someone said that Devontae Graham would be a good fit with LeBron. A fit? I mean, how is he going to get playing time with that team?
Facts.
I mean, he probably be fighting minutes with Quinn Cook.
Facts. He's not getting no more burn than Caruso. Y'all know that. He's not getting no burn over Caruso. Schroeder hogging a lot of minutes. Man, Devontae will be playing for the South Bay Lakers, bro.
Facts.
Bro, no one can tell me that they have a better YouTube channel than this. Ain't nothing better than new media. I don't care who says otherwise. I don't care if I don't have 1 million subs. This channel is the best channel on YouTube. Yeah, I'm talking my King-ish right now. The best channel on YouTube. And
hold on, DJ, before you close out. If you about to close out, Shooter King is pulled up. You're one of my guys, bro. DJ just asked the question. He just asked the question. I'm curious to see your answer. DJ, will you ask your Devontae Graham question to True the King, please, sir?
yes, True the King. If not the Charlotte Hornets, who would Devontae Graham start for? Now, I never called him a bad player. I just think he's a solid role player.
Man, I'm calling him a bad player. He's a terrible player.
Man, it's getting ugly, man. It's getting ugly, man. DJ,
Yeah,
that was a hell of a question.
Rev, there's people on the channel. I guess they didn't like what we said about Devontae. They said we're dragging it for saying that Devontae's a role player. How's that dragging it?
Man, look, G Money, are you Devontae Graham, bro? Are you Devontae Graham? Be real, man.
Yo, for real, man.
Be real.
That's Devontae Graham's burner.
Okay, so hold on, Shooter King. Hold on, Shooter King. You think the Knicks would start Devontae Graham over Emmanuel Quickly the way he's playing right now? If both of them were on the roster, they got Peyton running the point guard right now. So if they had to make a change, are they going to put Quickly in the lineup or Devontae Graham? I got to know this answer.
Someone said Devontae Graham not even starting in the JBA. Hey, no, you guys are hell, man.
Yeah, shout out to True the King, man. One thing I respect about True the King, even if we disagree, like he's not on that elf shit, man. He's just him, and I respect that. And he's always welcome to this channel. But in all seriousness, Devontae, I don't think he's a bad player. I think, and you guys got to understand why some of the fans are mad. James Borrego and his team have done a horrible job in PR, so bad that the fans are having a disdain for Devontae Graham just because of the coach. Always praising him, always saying what he does right, giving him kudos and nobody else. The fans see this. So I can't really blame him for, having this disdain. If the coach was consistent and the message of the PR department was a little bit different, none of this would happen. They could have easily said on press conferences, LaMelo is our future, but we're trying to ease him in to our system. We know he could start. We know he's talented. I need to do a better job in incorporating LaMelo into our game plan. That starts with me as a coach. If James Borrego would have said that, it wouldn't be nearly as bad.
Man, run it back said, what do you say? You're just taking your anger out on him because he starts over Melo, put your anger on JB. Listen, DJ said before, if there was a better player than Melo ahead of him, like let's say Brogdon, we would not be mad about Melo coming off the bench and providing off the bench, because Brogdon is a top player in the point guard position. You think we're being too harsh on Devontae Graham? Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on him. But I just ask you guys a simple question. What does he offer apart from being an inefficient volume shooter? What does he offer?
They don't know
What is
because
he
they
good
don't
at?
watch him, Unoriginal. They don't. They never watched him. This is bro. Don't even. You know what? No backtracking. None of that, bro. None of
No,
that.
I'm not backtracking.
You know what I'm saying? DJ asked a simple question. We can't get an answer to it. And they know he inefficient, bro. They can't even tell us another team this man would start on. And they're saying he's a good player. If he's a good player, he should be able to go to another team and start. Period.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? This is cap because some of y'all secretly do not like LaMelo Ball, bro. And for the statement from running back 2022, hating on Devontae because he starts before LaMelo. Bro, I didn't even know who this dude was. I'm not going to cap. I have no reason to hate on a 5'11 guard, bro. If Melo was 6'7 trash, I would start him over Devontae Graham, bro. Tyrese Halliburton, I would start over Devontae Graham. What's another guard? Cole Anthony, a rookie, I would start over Devontae Graham. Emmanuel Quickly, I would start over Devontae Graham. This has nothing to do with Melo, and I agree with my brother True the King. I think he would be a decent piece coming off the bench. He wouldn't be my sixth man. He'd be like my 7th or 8th guy. And if he's hot, he would get minutes. And if not, he would, he would bounce back and forth to the G League for my team.
That's all it is, man. It's nothing perfect. It's just basketball talk. You know, if anyone's in the comment section being like, you guys are being too tough on Devontae, I just said he would be a good role player. I mean, even True the King even said it. You can be good and come off the bench. So it's nothing personal. We just don't think he would be starting for most teams. Unless an injury or something has to happen. But Unoriginal S1 hit it right in the nail. And he really pulled a point what I said earlier. If there was roles were switched and we put Brogdon on this team, I put money that nobody would be complaining. You wouldn't hear a soul say, LaMelo Ball right now needs to start over Brogdon. You won't hear it. We'll say that Brogdon is averaging 22 points per game, and right now he deserves to be a starter until any other moves are made. That's what would been said. But just bringing the facts, man. That's all it is. Boy, we've been here for 2.5 hours. Can you believe that, Rev? Golly.
Marinate the barbecue, brother. Marinate the barbecue.
This has been a fun show. I mean, I could be here 2 more hours, but I got to get my rest, man. But thank you guys for supporting the channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to True the King, Unoriginal, S1. Of course, my brother, Revolution Radio. Any last words, brothers?
Stop the cap.
Man, listen, it's what I'm saying. It's not the cat. It's not the cat. But listen, man, you guys already know what time it is, man. New media, always thankful to have an opportunity to come on this platform and just express my basketball opinion. That's all it is, basketball opinion, man. If you don't agree with it, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
And before I go, run it back. 20 says Pistons, bro. That's it. I don't think that Devontae Graham would start over Daylon Wright. Daylon Wright is a 6'5" guard. He's a solid guard. He can shoot threes, and he has a height advantage. I don't think he'll start over him or Derrick Rose.
Yeah, man, I ain't got nothing else to say about Tay Bay, man. When he leaves the Hornets and, He's not hindering Melo anymore. We won't hear anything else from Devontae Graham. Yeah, y'all won't ever talk about Devontae again. So that's cap. You'll never mention his name again. So all right.
Yeah, we're about to roll. Peace out, everybody.